Look up at your desk. Your laptop is charging. Beside it, there may be speakers, a monitor, a Wi-Fi router, and a tangle of cables that seem perfectly harmless. Everything looks peaceful, but inside that space, there is something the naked eye cannot see. Electromagnetic interference. It does not glow. It does not screech. It does not make the room tremble. It simply appears silently X when electric current moves through a conductor, when a charger converts voltage, when a device switches on and off very quick. Now, look down at your laptop charging cable. Near one end of the wire, you may see a small cylindrical piece made of black or grey plastic. It looks crude, as if someone made the cable bulge outward. Many people think it is there to stop the cable from bending. Some guess it helps the laptop charge faster. Others think it is just an extra detail. But the truth is far more interesting. That small cylinder does not make the laptop more powerful. It does not increase charging speed. It does not contain any secret chip, but without it, the electronic world around you would have a harder time staying as calm as it does now. Today, we explore the story behind the often overlooked part on a laptop charging cable, the Ferrite bead. Welcome to Everyday Things Explained. What's inside the cylinder? Its full name is Ferrite bead or Ferrite bead. Some engineers call it a ferrite choke, meaning a blocker. If you cut open that plastic shell, which is best not to do, you would not find an extra battery, an electric circuit, or a power booster. Inside, there is usually only a dark grey core, hard, brittle, and shaped like a ring or a tube. The cable passes through it, so from the outside, it looks like one section of the wire has simply been thickened. Ferrite is a magnetic ceramic material, usually made from iron oxide, combined with manganese, zinc, or nickel. Its special feature lies in the way it reacts to electrical signals. For the main current that the laptop needs to operate and charge the battery, the ferrite core creates almost no obstruction. But with high-frequency noise, the story changes. These signals change very quickly, and that is exactly where ferrite becomes useful. It increases impedance, making it harder for noise to spread along the cable. Part of that energy is dissipated as a tiny amount of heat, almost impossible to feel. Put simply, ferrite is not a backup charger, a voltage stabilizer, or fast charging technology. It is a passive noise filter, working simply by being there, silent, in exactly the right place. The invisible problem: cables are antennas. So why does a charging cable need a filter like this? Because in the physical world, a conductor is not only a path for electricity. Under certain conditions, it can also become an unintended antenna. Modern laptop chargers usually use switching power supplies. To stay compact and efficient, they switch electric current on and off rapidly at high frequency. This method makes the charger lighter and less wasteful, but it also creates unwanted oscillations. If those oscillations travel out through a long cable, the wire can radiate electromagnetic interference into the surrounding space. It becomes like a tiny transmitter, not broadcasting music or voices, but chaotic signals that disturb other devices. That is why electrical noise can sometimes make speakers hum, screens flicker slightly, radios receive poorly, or sensitive equipment behave unpredictably. These effects are not always obvious, but controlling them is extremely important. The ferrite bead has a double mission. On one side, it reduces noise from the charger or device spreading outward through the cable. On the other side, it limits noise from the environment traveling back into the laptop where sensitive components are waiting. That is why its position is not random. It is usually placed near the plug that connects to the laptop or main device. Engineers put it near the gateway to block interference before it goes deeper into the circuit. And the interesting thing is, this solution is deeply practical. Why did this solution become the default? In the history of technology, there have been many ways to fight interference. But why has the ferrite bead dominated for decades? The answer is very simple. It is extremely practical. It is cheap enough to cost only a few cents to produce. It is durable enough to almost never fail unless you physically break it. And, most importantly, it can be attached directly onto already designed cables, without changing the internal structure of the computer. Go back to the 70s and 80s when personal computers began to explode in popularity. They interfered with the televisions and radios of an entire neighborhood. The United States Federal Communications Commission, or FCC, had to introduce strict regulations on electromagnetic compatibility. Manufacturers faced two choices. One, redesign the entire circuit board at enormous cost. Two, clamp one ferrite bead onto the charging cable. Guess which one they chose? But why today does your iPhone or MacBook charging cable no longer have that lump? Does that mean they are lower quality? The answer is not that they are less safe. Technology has learned how to hide that function inside. Many modern cables have better shielding, while noise filters have been miniaturized inside the charger, the connector, or the circuit board. In other words, the cylinder may have disappeared from your sight, but its mission has not disappeared. It has simply moved somewhere more discreet. Is the legacy over? And that is what makes this small detail worth noticing. Before, you may have thought the plastic lump on a charging cable was just a clumsy part of the design. But in truth, it is the trace of a much larger problem: how billions of devices can coexist in a world crowded with signals. Sometimes, the answer is not inside a smart chip or a flashy technology. Sometimes, it is only a tiny ferrite ring, silent sitting on a cable. You have never paid attention to. It does not glow. It makes no sound. It does not announce that it is working. But every time you plug in your charger, it is still there, helping everything become just a little less noisy. And in the electronic world, being just a little less noisy is sometimes enough to make a difference. Not bad at all for a piece of plastic the whole world ignores. If you have ever noticed another strange detail on an everyday object, leave it in the comments. Who knows? It may become the main character in the next episode. Thank you for watching Everyday Things Explained. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and continue exploring with us the secrets hidden inside the familiar objects all around us.